Hello everybody, this is Jacob, Classic Revolution. Just here to show you our new 5-plug hardwired backlight harness for the 73 to 87 Chevy pickups, as well as the 88 to 91 Suburbans, Blazers, and crew cabs. And so the catalyst for this idea was when I first got my daily driver, 86 Chevy crew cab. I took my cluster out, not this one, this is a crusty old one I pulled out of a parts truck. But I took this out, took out all of my quarter turn connectors, cleaned up all these copper contacts, flexed them out a little bit, cleaned up all these contact points on the flex circuit on the back, put new LED bulbs in there, reinstalled them. I want to say that little bit of maintenance was good for maybe 12 months. After that, I turned the lights on and one of them would be out and I'd hit a bump and another one would go out and another bump, a couple more would come on. And the dance party in the driver's seat was great. However, it was honestly kind of annoying. Maybe a year after that, I got in the truck, turned the headlights on, and every bulb was on. And it was like Christmas. And that struck me as kind of a silly thing to experience, since I feel like those should kind of just work all the time. So then I went out and looked for a pre-made 5/8 inch quarter turn plug so that I can make a harness for the back of this. Never really had a problem with any of the information bulbs or the turn signals. They always seem to work, really never on very often. So they work consistently in my experience. But the backlight bulbs did not. So developed this quarter turn plug, 5-plug harness with the disconnect. So when you pull your cluster out, you just disconnect it. And so the way this installs, you're going to go through and pull out 5 backlight bulbs, which are these. These are information bulbs, turn signals, high beams. Transfer your bulbs over. I'm currently working with a company to get some dimmable LEDs, since our trucks have a much different dimming range than modern vehicles. So the LED bulbs you see online do not actually dim in our trucks because they have a different working voltage for the dimming function. So hopefully have those available in the foreseeable future. Once this is in, you got your new bulbs in there. Obviously these are old, but I'd recommend getting new ones. Harness in here to the could, if you wanted to, throw a little zip tie on there. You have to drill a little hole in that little plastic piece, but lays back there pretty nice. This comes over, and this we're going to wire into the backlight bulb for the HVAC. So this gray and black harness is also connected to the dimmer. Once we're wired into that, then all the dimming functions and everything will work normal, and you'll have a fully hardwired backlight for your factory gauge cluster, in the event that you don't want to spend $400, $500, $600, $800 on one of the aftermarket ones. So I've already got this one pre-wired in here. It's just black to black. The red from your little harness plug is going to go into the gray. Gray is the hot wire. Once this is all installed, put that in there. Remember to turn on our Radio Shack 12-volt power supply. And there we are. We have, this isn't turned off, all of our bulbs are on. It's obviously pretty well lit in here. It's hard to see, but see down in here, all of our bulbs are turned on. And this still works with the factory dimming feature, which if it were dark, see, but they're dimming. So that's those. I've also read that these little quarter turn plug holders basically were used by General Motors from 57 onward. So in the event that you have an older vehicle, also on the website are these single plugs you use to make your own harness. These single plugs also happen to fit on this little information panel that I know comes on square bodies with the diesels. I don't know if they came on anything else, but it is the correct size for the larger one. This little, the smaller one's a standard half-inch quarter turn, and these are readily available. So you can design one of those harnesses with already parts you can find on eBay and a bunch of other places. So if you do take it upon yourself to build yourself a harness, also on the website is this standard little 2-pin plug so that you can disconnect it if you want to take your cluster out. And should for any reason you have a truck that is missing this connector on the back of your HVAC panel, 5/8 quarter turn fits that as well. So these are available on the website, and happy old truck driving.